Before this video ends, I am going to answer a question that most people in the working world have never honestly asked themselves. How far up the leadership ladder would you actually want to climb? If you could see, in advance, exactly what each rank costs you. Not in salary, but in time, in relationships, in identity, in the quiet parts of your life that nobody puts in the job description. I need to take you through all 10 ranks first, because the answer at the end is not what most people expect, and it will change how you think about your entire career. Rank 1, the new hire. Jake is 22 years old, stiff shoes that are already giving him blisters, a sticky note on his monitor with the login credentials someone handed him this morning, and a desk that was someone else's until last week. He watches everything. He learns the names of people who will not learn his for months. He is paid $38,000 a year, which feels like a fortune on day 1, and exactly right by day 30, and slightly insufficient by day 90. When he understands what the job actually requires, Jake at rank 1 is invisible in a specific way. He has no power, no authority, no budget, no decisions. He executes what other people decide, and he watches, and he learns, and he waits. And rank 1 feels like the beginning of something enormous. Rank 3, the team lead. Jake is 28, he has been promoted twice, he now manages 4 people, and he discovers something about management that nobody told him in any job interview. Managing people is not a promotion from doing work. It is a completely different kind of work that you were given with no training and expected to perform immediately. At rank 3, Jake is responsible for outcomes he does not fully control. His team's failures are his failures. His team's successes are distributed. The salary is $62,000, better than rank 1, but the hours are longer. And for the first time in his career, Jake takes work home. Not physically, but mentally. He lies awake sometimes running through conversations he should have had differently, decisions he should have made faster, and he begins to understand that leadership is not about doing more. It is about being responsible for more, and responsibility does not clock out at 5. Rank 5, the manager. Jake is 33. He manages 3 team leads who each manage 4 people. He is responsible for 12 people without directly managing any of them. His salary is $94,000, and for the first time in his career, he has a number that feels like evidence of something. Evidence that the path was right, that the sacrifices were worth it. But Jake has also started noticing something about his life at rank 5 that he did not notice at lower ranks. Because it happened gradually. He has fewer friends than he did at 22. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because the time that friendships require kept getting quietly redirected toward the job. The lunches that became desk lunches, the weekends that became catch-up days, the evenings that became email hours. Rank 5 pays $94,000 and costs something that does not appear on any pay stub. Rank 7, the director. Jake is 39. He earns $160,000. He has a team of 40 people across multiple functions. He travels for work 6 times a year. He sits in meetings for approximately 60% of every day. And he makes decisions that he will not see the consequences of for 18 months. At rank 7, Jake has developed a skill that he did not know was a skill when he was 22. The ability to make decisions with incomplete information, under time pressure, with consequences that affect people whose names he sometimes has to check before speaking. Rank 7 is genuinely powerful and genuinely isolating, because at this rank, the people above Jake manage him through metrics, and the people below Jake experience him as a force that shapes their working lives. And almost nobody at either level sees him as a complete person. Rank 9, the executive. Jake is 46. His salary is $320,000 plus equity. He has a title that makes people at networking events pay attention. He has an assistant who manages his calendar. He has an office with a door that closes, and he has a phone that does not stop. Not because people are harassing him, but because the organization requires decisions at a rate that only stops when he sleeps. And sometimes does not stop then either. At rank 9, Jake has everything that rank 1, Jake would have considered success. And he has something else, a recurring thought that appears in quiet moments, usually on Sunday evenings, that goes something like, "This is not quite what I thought it would feel like." Not worse necessarily, just different, just more complicated, just more expensive in ways that the salary does not fully compensate for. Rank 10, the top. Jake is 54. He is the highest ranking leader in his organization. 1,200 people work in a company that runs because Jake and a small team make good decisions consistently. His compensation is significant, his responsibility is total. And on a Tuesday morning, a new person starts in the building. 22 years old, stiff shoes, sticky note login, someone else's desk, and Jake watches from his office with the door that closes and feels something complex and difficult to name, something that is pride and melancholy simultaneously, because that 22-year-old is going to spend the next 32 years climbing towards something. And Jake is the only person in the building who knows exactly what is at the top, and exactly what it costs to get there, and exactly what the 22-year-old does not yet understand about the question they have not yet thought to ask. Rank 10, 43 years, the view is remarkable, and the stiff shoes are long gone. But Jake sometimes thinks about them, with a feeling that is not quite nostalgia, but something close. Now here's the answer I promised at the beginning. How far up the ladder would you actually want to climb? The honest answer is, Chanig, it depends on what you are climbing toward. If you're climbing toward a number, the number will not feel like what you expected when you reach it. If you're climbing toward power, the power will isolate you in ways you cannot fully anticipate from below. But if you are climbing because you genuinely want to build something, because the work itself is the thing that matters to you, because the responsibility feels like purpose instead of burden, then climb as high as the ladder will take you. And do not apologize for any of it. The mistake is not climbing too high. The mistake is climbing without knowing why. Because the person who climbs for the salary and the person who climbs for the meaning end up at the same rank, with completely different experiences of it. Jake became a rank 10 leader, and he is still figuring out which kind of climber he was. You have been decoded. If this video made you think about your own rank and why you are climbing toward the next one, subscribe to Money Decoder 3004. Every single week, we decode the career and financial journeys that shape every American's working life. Simply, honestly, and clearly. Drop a comment below. What rank are you at right now? And do you actually want to go higher? Tell me honestly. I read every single comment, and I will see you in the next decode.